How's everybody doing? Young Ambition here. Know it's been a while. Been having a really tough time getting content out. Luckily it's not a bad thing. Been extremely busy this season, absolutely blowing last season out of the water. I thought I was gonna, minimally. Last summer I was working 2 jobs. This summer I'm not. I thought I was gonna kind of minimally, kind of crush the numbers that I was doing last year. I'm doing double, almost triple some of my first few months. So that's all been really good. It's really hard to record. I'm doing about 3 to 4 jobs a day, and I'm going no further than an hour away from home. So by the time you're doing all that setup, breakdown, and then also recording, getting to a job and saying this is what we're going to do, changing the cameras around, changing the batteries, it significantly adds way too much time to my day. My wife and I, we got brand new puppies at home. We're really excited about that. So coming home and editing videos has also been really challenging. So I know a lot of you guys have been supporting the channel. You guys have been supporting me, and I thank you. I hope you guys are hanging on. It has just been tough, and I am going to try to start getting some stuff back in. The other thing is, how many house washes and roof washes do you guys need to see? So I think you guys have gotten a pretty good gist of that from my channel. I'm going to start trying to do a few different things here. If you guys also want to help me, let me know what you guys want to see. I'm more than happy to tell you guys what's going on with my business, what I do on the day-to-day. I'm here to kind of learn from you guys as well. I'm also here to, just show you guys what's going on. You guys are watching my channel because you like what I'm doing. I'm assuming that's why you're watching me. So let me know what you want to see me do. Is it stuff on the truck that you're curious what's going on? I know I've got some marketing videos, whatever it is, leave it in the comment section and let me know. But I just wanted to let you guys know why there hasn't been as much content. I've been putting out kind of twice a week for a while. Over the winter it was a little bit more, but I had more time, and now it's kind of dwindled down to nothing. So I'm still here, still around, haven't been defeated yet, but we're busy, very, very busy. So let me show you a couple things that I got going on here, and then we're going to talk about why I don't downstream. So what we got going on in here, besides my giant mess, we got some roof snot, some saws and filters, and just too much junk, man. It's too much junk. I got to clean it up. This was the pressure washer that was on my skid last year, and it just, for whatever reason, number one, it was kind of just a cheap pressure washer. It was the first one I bought when I got started. I think it's a carburetor issue. It can probably be fixed. It starts up, it just doesn't produce pressure. And I don't think it's an issue with the pump. But a couple videos ago, I was showing you guys this particular model here. It's a Honda GX 200, I think. It's a 3. I'll just show you. It's this is a new pump here. Actually, I bought this from Home Depot. It was a rental, and they hadn't got rid of it, but they went ahead and put this brand new pump on here. So it's a 3,500 psi, 3 gallon per minute machine. It's actually really great. For a while it was sitting here on the tailgate. I had the tailgate folded down, but it was kind of making it really difficult getting into this box and accessing some stuff. So I decided to find some time, again, just always trying to find some time to do stuff. I took off the old pressure washer, mounted this one on, got the correct jump line into this hose reel that was empty for almost all of last season, most of the beginning of this season, and still got the DN10 on here, but went and got a gun. So now when I do some pressure wash jobs, I don't have to take the skid off the truck and everything like that. The pressure wash jobs for me are few and far between, mainly because the setup that I had, that was sitting on this skid that was over here, and it was all buckled into the truck. So every time you go to the job, you got to undo the straps, undo the chain, take the machine off the truck. So I wasn't looking for pressure wash jobs, only because I wasn't set up that great for it. Now we are. I got an extra 50 feet over there. There's a 100-foot reel. The thing fires up on the first pull, and it's been going good. Got the surface cleaner running. It was kind of clogged, but that's running. So a couple changes going on. Last time that you guys probably saw a video, this whole section of the gun and this whole section, as well as the valve here, was just PVC. It was man, it was like breaking almost every I don't want to say every day, but like every week I was having to replace pieces. It got to the point where I was got to the point where I just have like extra everything in here. I got tons of different little risers. The problem was not that these were breaking. The problem was that I might have thrown it out. I don't know if I still have it. I think I threw it out. I was going to try to fix it, but I might have given up on it. But these right here are brand new. These guns, the tips of these risers were breaking off in here, and then on the middle of the job, instead of just being able to torque them out a little bit, they were stuck. You just had a sheared off head inside here, and it just got to the point where I was like, man, we're gonna change them out. So on both sides I went with just brass. I believe this is brass, half-inch piping with a ball valve and brass end pieces here. This ST510 gun is actually awesome. I love this thing. And then sometimes the trigger will break, which is why I have a few of them. I'm kind of rough on them. I'm doing 3-4 jobs a day. They fall off the ladder, you drop them on the ground, you're reeling them up. It's all plastic, right? So the triggers will go on the other side. On the Kim side, this trigger doesn't work. So I have to use the ball valve to turn it on and off. And of course I have 2 brand new ones in there, but I like to stretch my stuff as far as I possibly can. So what I was saying here is, like, this trigger here on this side, it doesn't work. So in order to get the flow, I have to use the ball valve. I easily could just replace the gun, but this is still fine. And each one of these guns is like 35 bucks. So I like to run my stuff to the max and just keep my expenses really, really low. And I'm going to actually do a video on that coming up soon, is what it actually costs, what it cost me, I should say, to run my business. And that can maybe give you guys an idea. I know you guys see and you hear, oh, we're having the greatest months or the greatest year, blowing my records out of the water, but there's a cost to that. If you're having a $20,000 month, you're not gonna wake up on Monday of the beginning of the next month and have $20,000 in your bank. You're gonna have lead services, chlorine costs, fuel, insurance, and then you're gonna dwindle that down. Are you gonna pay yourself? Do you have an employee? So I'm gonna do a little video on that, because it's not all roses and daisies and stuff like that. You hear the big months, but it costs money. It costs money to run all this. This is pretty simple. But anyway, I was talking about the guns here. The brass ball valves, they will not last that long. They're not going to stay uncorroded like these do, but they're more durable. So my thought was, I'd rather have to replace this once a month, let's just say, or once every 2 months. I don't think it'll last a season. I mean, normally it doesn't. It just gets so gunked up, and like this is already, things just take a beating. They get dragged on the ground. This is already kind of loose. I gotta sharpen or tighten up this nut. But I figured that I was going into Home Depot, I was buying too many of these, replacing them way too often. This has been great. They've been falling off roofs. They get dragged around. Nothing's breaking. It adds like an insignificant amount of weight. Luckily I'm pretty buff to where it doesn't matter, but just pointing that out there. I don't know what you guys are using for wands. The PVC stuff is just too much maintenance. So that's that. There's also going to be a video coming on this soon. This flow jet is dope. So if you're 12 volting like me, and again, I push my equipment and we've been really busy, so they're, I don't want to talk too much smack about them, but it's a boneyard. You got pumps, 12 volt pumps, and some of these are from last year. I have thrown out pump after pump. I've probably thrown out like over $500 worth of pumps, and they're Everflow pumps. I don't want to beat them up because, again, they're not Kim pumps. The actual Kim pumps, the bleach pumps that you can get from like Northern Tool or whoever else is making them, they are junk. I forget what his name is, but there's another guy on YouTube that actually took them apart, a bleach pump versus a non-bleach pump, side by side. They're the same components. it seems as if it's just another, there's a boom in soft wash. Everyone wants a soft wash, pressure wash, whatever it is, and these companies know that. They see their inventory swiping off, so you know, it's how can we get another sale? Oh, let's introduce a bleach pump. They're not good, they're not great, I don't like them. And the pumps that I'm using, including that FlowJet, they're not meant to flow 100 gallons of chlorine a week. I should say 55. I think I burned through about 55 gallons of chlorine a week. But so I'm not going to beat up on Everflow because I'm not using them. I'm not using them for what they're meant for. But I would like to see them go a little bit longer, and they were not. Like, I was getting like maybe 2 weeks out of the Everflow pump. Again, 5 jobs a day, flowing a lot of chlorine. This, however, this Everflow pump is on my water side. Thing's great. So I don't want to badmouth Everflow, but they are Everflow pumps, and I know a lot of guys use Everflow pumps for their 12 volting. Not bad, but there's gonna be more on that. So the water side is good. It just can't take the chem side, but these flow jets are good. And again, I will get to that. I will do another video on that. It's coming. So the main reason why we're all here is I've been getting a lot of questions lately, a lot of comments on the channel. Why am I not downstreaming, or why don't you downstream? Have you ever heard of Downstream? Whatever they are. The main reason is I'm just not set up for it. I think downstreaming is awesome. Some guys have been hitting me up, actually educating me on it. I've never, you know, this is my first full season. So last year when I started, when the channel started, if you guys go back to like the first videos, it was the same truck, but it was just piles of junk that I had heaped together with Gorilla Tape and tube and plumbing glue and all kinds of stuff, and some hose reels. You know, I found out that I wanted to start a soft wash business. I went online. The information that came to me that was the simplest to get started, the cheapest to get started, was 12 volting. So I built my own 12 volt system, and I quickly outgrew it. And that's when I came across Southeast Softwash. I wanted to transfer over to a better system. My other issue is that I'm in the Northeast and I plow with this truck, so I need this whole system to come out easy. You know, Cody had the skid, and it was dope. That's what I got set up for. I got set up for 12 volt soft washing, and that's what I do. And it's like I said, I'm fully booked. I'm blowing my numbers out of the water. So right now I'm not interested in changing. What the system that I have here is basically brand new. It works like a charm. It's really cheap to run, really easy to maintain. That's why I don't downstream. So a lot of guys say that it's faster. They say downstreaming is faster. I don't understand how. And if it's faster, it's like 10 minutes faster. So I pull 2 hoses off the line, off the truck. This is my chem line. I pull this off. I hit my setting. I swipe the side of the building. I pull my blue hose over and I rinse it. So if you're downstreaming, my understanding is that you would have to go back to the truck and turn off your injector, or now what's becoming popular is the remotes, but still you have to burn through the rest of your line, which, you know, you're still going to be cleaning off a section of that house with that chemical, and the water is going to come through, and then you're going to be rinsing. So there's still a transition of time. In that time, I'm pulling my second hose and I'm rinsing right away. I can literally drop my wand and pick up, which is why they're always broken. I can drop my wand and I can pick up my water and rinse. And then I go around and I do another side and the same process. And then I wrap up. So to me, I don't see the point in changing my whole setup and abandoning, not necessarily abandoning, I mean, still gonna use the 12 volt for certain things, roof washes and stuff, but abandoning the methods that I like and the methods that I've come to learn to save 10 minutes. You know what I mean? I mean, there's no way that a downstream washer versus a 12 volt washer, even using 2 hoses on the same exact job, are going to be a half hour, an hour apart. That's not going to happen. You're going to be 10 minutes, 5 minutes. The only thing that they're not doing is dragging around a second hose. And I mean, I'm pretty fast. I mean, I don't even take lunch breaks. So, I mean, I just go, and that's just my opinion on it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there another way or another reason why Downstreaming is faster. And again, I'm not beating up on Downstream. I'm actually probably going to set this up so I can have a Downstream option. I'm also looking at having a second truck, and I think that truck might be outfitted to just Downstream. I am in no way against Downstream. I think it's awesome. I just don't quite think that I need to do it right now. I'm definitely not going to do it this season. I may not even do it next season, but I like it. I get it. It looks good. I watch the videos. Cody and other guys are working on remotes for the 12 volts, so you can just take one hose, and it'll work with a proportional on a 12 volt system. The only thing that's going on with the Downstream, the only thing that I'm really missing here is that I'm not flowing chlorine. I'm not flowing SH through a pressure washer, and I know they don't go through a pressure washer, they bypass, and it comes out on the push side. But the only difference is that one method is using a 12 volt pump to flow, and the other one's using a pressure washer. That's the only thing that's different here. So the way that Cody has these system designs is that I can just use one line. So just as someone that isn't using the remote, I can pull one hose, and I can stretch this one hose around, and I can flow my chem, and I can run back to the truck, and I can turn the chem off, and then I can bleed the line, and I can rinse. I can do one hose. I can do every job with one hose. I chose not to. I actually bought this skid specifically. This skid is designed so you can run both pumps, both reels, both tanks, two guys at the same time. I knew when I bought the skid that it was just going to be me. I bought this skid specifically so I could pull a one chem line and one water line. And again, if that adds an extra $10 or 10 minutes to my job, then that's fine. But most jobs, unless it's like a really big job, I mean, I'm in and out in under an hour and a half, and that is get there, set up, talk to the homeowner, and get out. It's just how it is. So again, in no way am I beating up on it. I've had plans to do it, but these are just the comments that I get, and instead of just going through and typing it out, hopefully this will help guys. And if you have a question on why I'm not doing it, this is why. So I can just use one hose, and maybe that would make it better, especially if Southeast Softwash or whoever else is making remotes for the 12 volts, then it's really no difference. I know a lot of 12 volt guys, or I'm sorry, a lot of pressure washing Downstream guys, they're using 5.5 gallon per minute pumps. So is this Everflow. So I would not, even if I did Downstream, I would not get a pressure washer that was more than 5.5 gallons per minute. Only because I know in my area about 5 gallons per minute per flow is what you get. So, and I don't have a big enough buffer tank, nor am I gonna, like, I'm just not interested in like switching up my whole setup to do basically the same thing that I'm already doing. So I'm not gonna go get a giant buffer tank to feed my 8 gallon per minute pressure washer. I think that the 5.5 gallon per minute is good. I think Powerful Improvements, I think Joe uses a 5.5 gallon per minute pressure washer. After seeing his videos, after watching him use that remote thing, that's probably the setup that I would go to. I think that's an awesome setup, and he uses the 12 volt for the roofs. I think they both have a really good spot in this market. But again, the short of it is that this is just what I'm set up for. I am set up for 12 volt for roof and house washing at the moment, and then I now have made my life a little easier with this pressure washer being mounted now on the tailgate, and then I got the reel and a couple cool tools there to make my pressure washing side a little more easy. So it's just my opinion. If you don't like it, move on. All right, guys, thanks for watching.